Well, I think anytime you can play against a Big Ten foe and a Northwestern, and then them being a local team, is good for us. It's good for, I think, the city of Chicago when we can play, different Division I teams right here in our city. So for us, it's a very good opponent to have in the city of Chicago, and I think it would be great for UIC, as well as Northwestern, and particularly, for the local talent in the area to see, have an opportunity to watch two up-and-coming programs compete against each other. Yeah, well, it'll be our first matchup against both these opponents for me as a head coach, and I think also for UIC. But to play against a team like Idaho State, as well as Miami of Ohio that made it to the first round of the WNIT, and that's something that we either want to get this team back to. They've had a postseason appearance. The Flames went a few years back to the first round of the WNIT. But our ultimate goal is to try to make it to the NCAA tournament. And in order to do that, you got to play formidable opponents. I think it's going to be a great experience for our student athletes. The opportunity to play some good opponents when we go to San Juan. And also not just to play basketball. I think it's also an educational experience. You get to learn a little bit about different cultures, different parts of the world. And I think that's a great experience for our players to see kind of the difference from being in the Chicago, the Midwest region. Mind you, we do have a couple of international players on this year's roster from Europe and the UK. So to go to a Caribbean island, I think will be fantastic and a fantastic experience for our young ladies. I think it's a good time to play most, if not all, these opponents on our schedule, because Wisconsin's a team that's kind of up and coming as well. They are from the middle to kind of the bottom half of the Big Ten conference, and so we think we can compete with them, and I think that'll be a good test for us to play some of these tough games on the road early. And to play at their place in the environment that I think that we will experience. We had an opportunity a year ago to play against Indiana at their place, and they had a great crowd, and I thought it provided us a very good experience in preparation for the Horizon League, and I anticipate the same going into Wisconsin to play them as well. It's always a competitive game, and if I'm not mistaken, I know the first season a couple years ago, we went down the stretch at their place. I think we ended up winning by 3 or 4 points. It was a very close game. So we don't expect anything other than that, it to be a very competitive game that might go down the stretch. And like we talked earlier, anytime you can compete hard, get some tough road games throughout the non-conference. And when I look at our non-conference schedule, at least half or more than half of our non-conference games are away from home. So this is going to build a lot of character for us earlier and provide some valuable experience going into the Horizon League. It's the only arena that I've ever played in my coaching career, and I've been in this about 25 years, where it's really, you have to get used to the lighting or the depth perception. And yeah, so the positive for us, for the Flames, is that in 2011-12 we played at Oakland. And so we're somewhat familiar with that arena. I think they're a good addition to the Horizon League. I think their basketball teams will be very competitive.